Nick Jonas' daughter Malti gave him a huge hug when he took her to meet Paw Patrol. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Malti Marie may be the daughter of superstars Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra, but to her, the biggest celebrities in the world are the public servant canines of Paw Patrol, the long-running kids show about rescue dogs who work for their community. The adorable 2-year-old was lucky enough to meet 2 of the series' main pups when her dad took her to SeaWorld in Australia. From the pictures, it looks like they had a great time. We met Paw Patrol, the singer and former The Voice coach, captioned pictures from the trip down under. In the first, Malti gives her dad a big hug. In the second, they make their way down the pier, holding hands. In the third picture, Jonas holds his daughter while they pose with fire dog Marshall and police dog Chase, as well as members of Chopra's family. So sweet. Only emojis could properly capture the moment, commented Priyanka Chopra. Added Jonas' brother Frankie. The youngster enjoys the finer things in life, like cartoon dogs and ball pits. In April, she accompanied her mom to France, and her mom was able to capture a fun moment to share on Instagram. Are you kidding me? Malti Marie is such a champ. She surprises me every day, fearless and spontaneous. Grateful and curious, she captioned a pic of the young girl in the ball pit. In this moment, she climbed up this slide all by herself and launched herself off on her TUMMI. Down the slide and landing into the ball pit in a fit of laughter and unbridled joy. I think this will be a picture I will always remember to look at on a day I'm feeling blue. To remind myself of this moment. Do you have any such memories that you just want to pause in time? She also posted a short clip of her daughter getting ready for a hike, writing, "The magic of nature." Her first hike. She touched everything, jumped in puddles till she was muddy till her knees. To witness her in real time experiencing everything for the first time is just her magic dust that she sprinkles on my life every day. Clearly, Malti Marie learned all the right lessons from her brave 4-legged heroes. Nick Jonas had always cherished the moments he spent with his daughter, Malti. From the day she was born, she brought an abundance of joy and love into his life. Now, at the tender age of 3, Malti's world was filled with wonder, and her latest fascination was none other than the animated heroes of Adventure Bay, the Paw Patrol. One sunny Saturday morning, Nick decided to surprise Malti with a special outing. He had arranged for them to visit a Paw Patrol meet and greet event, where Malti could see her favorite characters in person. As he buckled her into her car seat, Malti's eyes sparkled with excitement, though she had no idea where they were headed. "Daddy, where are we going?" she asked, her voice a mix of curiosity and anticipation. Nick smiled, his heart swelling with love. "It's a surprise, sweetie. You'll see soon enough." As they drove through the bustling streets of Los Angeles, Nick couldn't help but glance back at Malti, who was humming the Paw Patrol theme song to herself. Her tiny fingers tapped rhythmically on her lap, and her eyes danced with the joy of anticipation. Nick marveled at how such a small person could bring so much happiness into his life. When they arrived at the event venue, Nick parked the car and walked around to unbuckle Malti. As he lifted her out of the car seat, she clung to him, her arms wrapping tightly around his neck. He could feel her excitement and a hint of nervousness as they approached the entrance. Inside, the venue was transformed into a vibrant world of Paw Patrol. Colorful banners and life-sized cutouts of Chase, Marshall, Sky, and the rest of the gang adorned the walls. Children and parents milled about, the air buzzing with laughter and chatter. Nick held Malti's hand as they made their way through the crowd. "Look, Daddy, it's Chase." Malti squealed, pointing excitedly at the stage where a costumed character of Chase, the police pup, stood waving to the children. Nick chuckled, kneeling down to be at her eye level. "Do you want to go say hi?" Malti nodded vigorously, her curls bouncing with each movement. Hand in hand, they approached the stage. As they got closer, Malti's steps slowed, and she clung to Nick's leg, her wide eyes fixed on Chase. Sensing her hesitation, Nick picked her up and whispered in her ear, "It's okay, sweetheart. Chase is here to say hi to you. Remember how brave you are." Malti nodded, her grip on Nick's shirt tightening. With a reassuring smile, Nick carried her closer to the stage. Chase knelt down to Malti's height, extending a friendly paw. For a moment, Malti hesitated. Then she reached out with a tiny hand and touched Chase's paw. The crowd around them clapped and cheered, and Malti's face lit up with a beaming smile. After meeting Chase, they wandered through the venue, participating in various activities and games. Multicolored pictures of her favorite characters, played in a miniature adventure bay, and even got her face painted with a sky-inspired design. Throughout it all, Nick stayed by her side, his heart full as he watched her experience the magic of the day. As the event began to wind down, an announcement was made that the Paw Patrol characters would be available for a group photo. Nick lifted Malti onto his shoulders, and they made their way to the photo area. Malti's excitement was palpable as they stood in line, her tiny hands gripping Nick's hair for balance. When it was their turn, Nick set Malti down, and they approached the characters together. Standing in the middle of the group, Malti looked around at the familiar faces she had only seen on screen. In that moment, she turned to Nick, her eyes wide with gratitude and wonder. "Daddy, this is the best day ever," she whispered, her voice filled with sincerity. Nick knelt down, pulling her into a tight hug. "I'm so glad you're having fun, Malti. I love seeing you happy." As the photographer snapped the picture, Malti wrapped her arms around Nick's neck and gave him the biggest hug she could muster. It was a hug filled with love, appreciation, and the pure, unfiltered joy of a child's heart. Nick held her close, feeling a warmth spread through him that no amount of fame or success could ever replicate. The photo captured that perfect moment. Nick and Malti, surrounded by the Paw Patrol characters, their faces glowing with happiness. It was a memory that Nick would cherish forever, a reminder of the simple, beautiful moments that made life truly special. As they left the event, Malti still buzzing with excitement, Nick carried her to the car. She snuggled into his shoulder, her energy finally starting to wane. Nick gently buckled her into her car seat, and as he drove home, he listened to her recount every detail of the day, her voice gradually growing softer. By the time they reached home, Malti was fast asleep, her head resting against the side of the car seat. Nick carefully lifted her out, cradling her in his arms as he carried her inside. He laid her down in her bed, brushing a kiss against her forehead. "Good night, my little adventurer," he whispered, tucking her in. As Nick watched her sleep, he felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude. He was grateful for the opportunity to share such precious moments with his daughter, to be there for her as she discovered the world around her. In that quiet moment, Nick realized that no matter how many stages he performed on or how many fans cheered his name, nothing would ever compare to the simple joy of being a father and making his daughter's dreams come true.